Once upon a time, there was a young man named Siddhartha who was struggling to find his purpose in life. He had everything he could ever want: wealth, status, and a loving family, but he still felt empty inside. One day, Siddhartha decided to leave his home and go on a journey to find his purpose. He traveled far and wide, meeting all sorts of people and learning about different cultures, but nothing he experienced seemed to satisfy his deep longing. One day, Siddhartha sat down under a Bodhi tree and vowed not to get up until he found his purpose. He meditated for 49 days and nights, and on the 49th day, he had a breakthrough. Siddhartha realized that the root of all suffering is attachment. When we are attached to people, things, or ideas, we set ourselves up for disappointment and heartbreak. But when we let go of our attachments, we can find true peace and happiness. Siddhartha also realized that the purpose of life is not to find happiness, but to become happiness itself. When we cultivate compassion, kindness, and wisdom, we become a source of happiness for ourselves and others. Siddhartha emerged from his meditation a transformed man. He became known as the Buddha, which means awakened one. He spent the rest of his life teaching others how to find their purpose and live a happy and meaningful life. One day, a group of disciples came to the Buddha and asked him, "How can we find our purpose in life?" The Buddha smiled and said, "Your purpose is like a fish in the water. The fish doesn't have to think about how to swim, it just swims. Your purpose is the same way. You don't have to think about how to find it, just live." The disciples were confused. They said, "But how can we know if we are living our purpose?" The Buddha replied, "If you are happy and fulfilled, then you are on the right track. Your purpose is not something outside of you, it is something within you. It is your true nature." The disciples were still confused, but they decided to trust the Buddha's words. They went out and started living their lives in accordance with the Buddha's teachings. They cultivated compassion, kindness, and wisdom, and over time, they all found their purpose in life. If you are struggling to find your purpose in life, remember the Buddha's words. Your purpose is like a fish in the water. The fish doesn't have to think about how to swim. It just swims. Your purpose is the same way. You don't have to think about how to find it. Just live. Be present in the moment. Cultivate compassion, kindness, and wisdom, and your purpose will reveal itself to you. Here are some additional tips for finding your purpose in life. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is your inner wisdom. It knows what is best for you. When you are feeling drawn to something or someone, pay attention. That may be a clue to your purpose. Reflect on your values. What is important to you? What do you believe in? What are you passionate about? Once you know what your values are, you can start to look for ways to live your life in accordance with them. Experiment with different things. Try new things and see what you enjoy. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. You may be surprised at what you discover. Be patient. Finding your purpose takes time. Don't get discouraged if you don't figure it out right away. Just keep living your life and keep listening to your intuition. Eventually, your purpose will reveal itself to you. Remember, your purpose is not something outside of you. It is something within you. It is your true nature. So relax, be present, and trust that your purpose will find you. Now, let's tell the story of a young woman named Sarah who was struggling to find her purpose in life. Sarah was a bright and talented young woman. She had graduated from college with honors and had a good job at a prestigious company. But Sarah wasn't happy. She felt like she was just going through the motions. She didn't feel like she was making a difference in the world. One day, Sarah was talking to her friend Mary about her struggles. Mary told Sarah about the Buddha's teachings and how he had found his purpose in life. Sarah was intrigued. She decided to learn more about Buddhism. Sarah started reading books about Buddhism and attending meditation classes. She also started practicing mindfulness, which is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. As Sarah learned more about Buddhism, she began to understand that her purpose in life is not something that she needs to find. It is something that she already has. Her purpose is to live a life that is compassionate, kind, and wise. Sarah decided to leave her job at the prestigious company and start a non-profit organization that helps homeless people. She is now passionate about her work and feels like she is finally making a difference in the world. Sarah's story shows us that everyone has a purpose in life. Our purpose is not something that we need to find. It is something that we already have. Our purpose is to live a life that is compassionate, kind, and wise. Finding your purpose in life is a journey. It takes time and self-reflection, but it is a journey that is well worth taking. When you find your purpose, you will feel more fulfilled and content in your life. Here are some additional tips for finding your purpose in life. What are your natural talents and gifts? What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? What are your values? What is important to you? What do you believe in? What are your passions? What makes you feel alive? What do you get excited about? What are the needs of the world around you? What can you do to make a difference? Once you have considered all of these factors, you can start to look for ways to live a life that is aligned with your purpose. This may involve changing careers, starting a new project, or simply volunteering your time and talents to a cause that you care about. The most important thing is to take action and start living your purpose. The more you live your purpose, the more fulfilled and content you will feel in your life.